Smash here, and today we're going to be talking about, well, a lot of content creators, pros, and more are leaving Apex Legends. Is that going to be a continual problem, or are there plans in 2025 to revitalize the player base? We're going to go over all of that. We're also going to go ahead and give out a bloodhound or a recolor. All you got to do is like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill. Without further ado, let's get into today's topic.
So Apex Legends has always had a pretty big fan base for the last 5 years since it released in 2019, and a lot of content creators and pros have stayed within the game. However, that all seems to be changing. Hardeki, who's a pretty well-known EMEA Apex Legends comp player who's been there basically from the beginning, did let us know that he's retiring from Apex. He's now going to be grinding Deadlock. He's already done 870 hours, and Imperial Hal even went to go ahead and say, "I'm sure you'll do great in Deadlock. It was a pleasure competing against you. Good luck." And he is not the only one. There are also content creators that are moving over as well. As one of the staples of Apex Legends, Noko did say that over a little 5 years ago, his community convinced him to take a leap of faith and quit his job at Verizon to be a content creator for Apex. But at this point, he's going to listen to his community once again and will be quitting Apex to pursue playing Deadlock. Whether it's for content guides, going pro, or even watch parties, I'm excited for this next step. And those are two pretty big names, but they're not the only ones. Like LG Giggle said, they are already extremely addicted to Deadlock. It's the best game they've played in years. Sweet has already said Deadlock's going to be huge, and in case you haven't heard about it, Deadlock is a brand new game we're releasing by Valve. I'll go ahead and play a clip right here and let me know what you guys think. So something important to know when watching that clip is that the new game Deadlock will not be a direct competitor to Apex Legends in the way that Fortnite or other shooters are, because while there is shooting in the game, it is very much a MOBA / there are lanes like League of Legends and other stuff mixed with a first-person shooter. So it's not a direct battle royale competition. That being said, it's already off to a very quick start. It's already got competitions going on with the Aurora Deadlock Masters and multiple teams competing. It's got a list of different legends you can play, which does have some comparison to Apex Legends. That being said, the game is in pre-alpha. It hasn't actually officially released yet. And while there has actually been a decline in the player base actually playing Deadlock, another game just came out of the gates, and that's Marvel Rivals. I'm sure all of you have heard about it. It's pretty much the biggest thing. It's Overwatch with Marvel skins. It is absolutely popular right now. And what's interesting to see is that the Apex Legends creators that were doing Deadlock, instead of going back to Apex Legends after it fizzled out a little bit, have actually now all swapped over to Marvel Rivals, clearly showing that even though the game that they chose to move on from is still there and available, they'd rather go ahead and try other new FPS or third-person shooter games out there to go ahead and do something, because Apex Legends, even with the new Winter Hunt Collection event, which didn't give us a whole lot of new content, just isn't worth coming back to right now. And we've heard this stuff before. Games like the Finals was supposed to kill Apex Legends when it released it and hit a peak 9 months ago of 242,000 players, which it never got back to, and it only sits at around 12,642. That's its current player base with a 24-hour peak of 14,000. You also have games like X Defiant, which released over the summer, which was an arena-style shooter by Ubisoft. This was also supposed to be something that was going to compete with Apex Legends. That being said, it looks like it's already being shutting down, that due to its low player count, it will not be going on very much longer. Now, Apex Legends, as we can see, well, its player count is lower than it has been at its all-time peak of 624,000, and that does not take into account console either. Now, Deadlock, once again in pre-alpha, does actually have a pretty good player base right now. It's hit an all-time player base of 171,000, and again, this isn't a full release yet. That being said, I don't see this game dying at all, and will definitely take some market share from Apex Legends in the future. And the simple reason for that is, well, Deadlock is a game made by Valve. If you've never heard of Valve games or looked into them, you can look that they are pretty much the king of shooters anytime they release something, with stuff such as Half-Life to Team Fortress 2 to probably the biggest shooter of all time in a competitive multiplayer setting, which is Counter-Strike. And now outside of that, they've also got great games such as Dota, which is where you get the MOBA setting, which was the inspiration for League of Legends, and you have games like Portal, Left 4 Dead, and so many others. Their games typically have a very, very long shelf life, and I don't see the player count dying the same way that Finals or X Defiant does. That being said, once again, this is not a battle royale. It's not even a typical traditional first-person shooter, which is what Apex Legends is. I do think a lot of content creators are going to leave Apex to try something new, because Apex has been out for 5 years. However, Apex also has a ace in its sleeves, because it is also on console, and console actually makes up more players than on PC for almost any game out there. And it will likely be a very long time before Deadlock moves over to console, meaning that probably will not see a huge divide in the general player base, at least on the console setting. PC will be something completely different if people decide to follow their favorite content creators. Apex Legends is trying a lot of new things. Apex Legends is obviously trying to break away from just traditional battle royale and fall down that rabbit hole, and I do hope we get to see Apex Legends continue to succeed. Even with other great games like Deadlock finally coming out, it does give Apex some competition, and I am hoping that actually makes Apex continue to pick up its game, maybe fix some skill-based matchmaking, some audio, and do some upgrades to the game itself to try to compete with these newer games that are actually coming out and could be juggernauts. I actually don't think there will be another game that comes around like Apex that kills Apex. I just don't see it happening because the game is very unique and was originally designed and created very well. That being said, I think the thing that will actually kill Apex Legends is, well, Respawn, EA, and whatever creative / content choices if they decide to continue on the current route they are on. All that being said, we're gonna go ahead and play some community clips right now. Don't forget to follow me on Thordan Smash on Twitter to send me some of your own so that you guys can see yourselves in the video. But without further ado, let's jump into it.
Lucky for you, I've got some extra supplies here. Well, that'd be an enemy.
Crack shields on that bandit. Enemy shield broken.
Reloading.
Enemy shield broken. Grenade, watch out. Getting my shields to recharge. Grenade, watch it. Charging my shields. I'm the new kill leader. Enemy shield broken.
Well, they didn't capture the train, but they're the only ones left. So, I guess that's one way to do it.
I make things look good, don't I? Oh,
Hurry, the choo-choo train is moving.
listen up, I'm getting shot at. Recharging shields.
Let me know down below, everyone. Do you think Apex Legends will bring back some of its biggest content creators, or do you think that they're all going to move over to Marvel Rivals and other games? Also, don't forget to check out this video right here by my editor Novell, who does amazing Apex Legends content. Until next time, everyone, enjoy the winter season.